What's going on, everyone? Today I decided to pick up the Pixel 7 and give this phone a run for its money because I had the Pixel 7 Pro, and honestly I had a couple of issues with it that I wasn't really too fond of. But for the price of the Pixel 7, I feel like this phone is such a good value that those things wouldn't even really matter. So here it is. I got this one. This is the lemongrass color. I'm not sure why I picked this color. I just thought it was like the most interesting one. So I don't know. Let's just see how it is. I also picked up the Pixel Watch, which I'm going to do a separate unboxing video of. And the reason I wanted to get this combination here is because I wanted to see how Google's ecosystem is and whether these devices are actually worth it buying them together, or if you can hold out on something like this watch and get something else. So here's the Pixel 7. This one is the 128 gigabyte variant. And the thing about the Pixel 7 is on the Pixel 7 Pro, you have a 120 hertz refresh rate screen. It's a little bit higher resolution. It looks a little bit nicer. It's bigger. On this guy, you kind of get the cheaper end of everything. But in my opinion, this phone honestly is such a good value. For example, right here, this bar at the top of the Pixel 7 Pro was this very shiny stainless steel. And on the 7 Pro, this top bar scratches ridiculously easy. But on this phone, it's this kind of matte aluminum or stainless steel, whatever. Just right out the gate, I don't know. For some reason, this phone feels so much better than the Pixel 7 Pro. Probably because the Pixel 7 Pro is just a lot bigger and it's got kind of the same components inside. So when it comes to the weight and the heft of this device, this one actually in a weird way feels more premium. I don't know. The 7 Pro to me kind of felt a little cheap, but we'll put that off to the side and take a look at what's in the box. So inside the box, we get this USB-C cable, C to C, of course, just for charging. You don't get a power brick, but you do get an OTG cable, and this OTG cable is just to help you do some data transfers from an iPhone or to another device. Anyways, this is the lemongrass color. On camera, it kind of looks more white than green, but in person, it's kind of like a minty green. It looks pretty interesting. And then again, on the Pixel 7, you just have the 2 cameras instead of the 3 that are on the Pro. But I don't know. I feel like this setup just makes more sense, especially for the price range. We'll go ahead and turn that on. But one thing about the Pixel 7 that I like is that on the Pixel 7 Pro, you have a curved display. But if you look at this display, it's completely flat, which is really nice because it's actually really easy to buy screen protectors and cases for this thing, and you don't really have to compromise because on the Pixel 7 Pro, if I wanted to buy a screen protector, the screen protectors that I had to buy were all of the gel protectors, and those ones kind of suck. I always use tempered glass screen protectors. Glass scratches really easily, and using those kind of rubber protectors, they just don't really do a good job. They don't really absorb any shock or anything, so you're just going to shatter the screen underneath it, which is why I like these flatter phones, because you just got to protect them. They're expensive. So we'll just go ahead and get started with the setup. I'm just going to skip the sim thing because I'm probably going to have to run through the setup again on my own. Yeah, but just kind of first impressions with this thing so far, the size of this phone just makes a lot more sense. The Pixel 7 Pro obviously has a bigger display. Some people like that. I also do, but that rounded edge on the Pixel 7 Pro, I found that I was always having a problem with actually registering what inputs I wanted to do. Sometimes just kind of bending my thumb over to grab something, I was also accidentally pressing the edge of the display, which was just kind of annoying. That's kind of why I don't really like curved displays on phones. The only one that I've really liked and I've actually kind of just not really cared about was on the S22 Ultra, but I also did get some cases for the phone that alleviated that issue, but I don't really like using cases on devices a whole lot. Obviously, I learned that mistake a couple of days ago when I dropped my 14 Pro Max, but anyways, I'm just gonna skip all the data copying stuff right now and just get right into the phone. Take a look at that color one more time though. It's kind of hard to tell on camera exactly what this looks like, so I'll put some photos of it that I take after just so you can get kind of an idea, but it's really weird. It almost looks like the white Pixel on this camera, but I'm telling you, it's a really weird lemon tinted white. I'm not too sure if I'm a super huge fan of this color. If I wasn't doing like videos or anything, I probably wouldn't have went out of my way to get the lemongrass version, but I do think it looks nice. The side rails are also kind of like this greeny rose gold, which, I mean, it looks pretty cool. It's definitely the most interesting color I've ever had on a phone, because I almost always buy just black or white phones. I don't really buy like the special edition colors, which is what this is. Okay, so this is what it looks like once we're inside. Honestly, just navigating this thing on a smaller display makes way more sense. This is honestly something that, on first impressions, I actually really like compared to the Pixel 7 Pro. The one thing that's really nice about this camera though, and on this phone, is that for the price, you're getting the exact same camera setup as the one on the Pixel 7 Pro, but you're not getting the telephoto. So you're still getting, because it has the Tensor G2, you're still getting like the optimization when it comes to the images that you're taking. You're still getting the ultra wide, and you do get a digital 2x crop, which obviously when it comes to Pixel is gonna look pretty good, but you don't have that secondary main shooter. You don't have that telephoto lens. Let me just do like a photo here as a test. I don't know, Pixel images always look so good. They come out like pretty natural looking. The depth of field, even though it's artificial, it looks really nice, and the sharpness and colors are there. That's the one thing that I really liked about the Pixel 7 Pro, was that I really felt that that phone had a really nice camera. Like pretty much everything I put it up against, it looked better than literally any other device that I've used. And even though I'm using this A7C to shoot this video, I just found that because I'm not like a great photographer, everything that came out of the Pixel looked a lot better than what I could have taken on that camera. So yeah, anyways, this is the Pixel 7. You do still get the USB-C, the 2 bottom firing speakers and microphone, the SIM card tray, and you still have that band that kind of wraps all the way around the top. But like I said, this is definitely going to be a lot more durable than it is on the Pixel 7 Pro, because it's not glossy. And I actually think on a color like this, the lemongrass, your fingerprints don't show up too much. One of the biggest gripes that I have with this Pixel 7 series is that everything just picks up fingerprints. You know, the edges, the glass, and when you're picking a color like white, especially on this Pixel 7, I feel like you're gonna have, you know, less of a hard time with those fingerprints. Stay away from the black one, because it genuinely is like really disgusting to look at after you pick it up once. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the Pixel 7. I will be doing a actual review with this phone. I'm gonna put my SIM in it and use it for a couple of days and just kind of get my initial impressions on the device. So if that's something that you want to see, let me know in the comments down below and I'll get right on that. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like down below. I'll see you all in the next one, and peace out.